Hello, welcome to Joan's Sewing Room. How are you all today? Well, I'm good, of course. But I'm not at home. I'm in Oregon now, and I'm at the house where I'm house sitting. So, what I wanted to share with you today was the starting of the flowers for the French rose quilt. And with my type of flower, I wanted to make something more of a two-dimensional instead of just a flat flower. And so what I have done here is I have layered my fabrics on top of each other, and I made a rose out of fabric on top. And then I based around each petals and I gathered them in, and I sewed the rose that I made in the center, and then I clipped it and washed it. So now it is wrapped. So here is 3 more roses that I've just made. They have not been washed yet. And here are some piles of the petals that I am making, that I'm putting together. And so my goal here is to have at least 8 layers of petals on each rose, French rose. And so you have to bear with me. I didn't bring a tripod, so sorry about that. I totally forgot about it. So right here is how I start this rose. So what I do is I take a piece of I tear this fabric. This was a sheet that I'm using because it has the dusty rose color. And what I did was I base stitched a running stitch along the edge. And then in order to get this rose, I would just start turning this like this to kind of make it look like the center of a rose. Now here is a rose that I had made, and that is the center of the rose on the flower I'm going to put together. Okay, so then I would go over to this pile, and I would pick out light, medium, darks in each one to make 8 layers. And then I would take the rose and put it in the center. So here is one that I just put together. And then I put this rose right here in the center, take my needle and thread, and sew all the way through the layers and tack the rose onto the center of that flower. So now I'm going to show you how I put the flower together. Let me find my thread and my scissors, sorry. So what I do is I take my needle and I run the thread through to make a double thread. And then I'm going to make a knot. So I take my needle and I run it right up the center, like so. Pull it through. Oops. I guess my knot needs to be bigger. Okay, we'll make a bigger one. Oops. All right, let's try it again. Let's play it again, Sam. Okay, so I'm just kind of looking in the center of the flower. Doesn't have to be perfect, just like so. Putting my needle up through the center, and pulling it through. Just like that. And then I take this rose that I have just made. Just like that. And it's just kind of a rough little rose. It's nothing really special, but I just wanted a different type of look for my flowers. So I just take the rose and I put it in the center and I start sewing it on to the center, just like that, as you can see. And I just go all the way around the flower and tack it on. The base of the flower and tack it on. Just like that. And it kind of looks kind of a little weird right now because it's sticking up so high, right? Well, we'll fix that. So I just keep on tacking it on to just all the way around the base of the flower, just tacking it on like that. See? Just like so. Oops. Now I came up with this idea. It's not a traditional way. Everybody has their own flowers. But I wanted something different. So I decided to do the partial rose in the center because it kind of goes with the theme, right? The name. French rose, and her colors are dusty rose. So, and then I thought it would be also cool to rag it. So, we're doing it different. Like so, just sewing it around. It's kind of hard to see because I don't have my tripod with me, and I just totally forgot about it. I forgot a lot of things actually. Yep. So. I don't know what I was thinking when I was getting ready to come. I guess I could have brought some tripods and had them all ready to go, but I just didn't think about it. Or stuck one in my suitcase. All right, so I hope you got to see my new sewing machine. I can't wait to get working on it. I brought the instructional manuals with me to read while I'm here. And so I'll kind of know when I get it all set up, how it works and all. So there's the flower. Looks kind of funny, doesn't it? So my next thing is I'll just take my thread and I will run it back down the center of all these flower petals. And I'll bring it back up through it. Tack it down better. Like so. And I will grab this part of the flower and send it back, the needle back down through the bottom of the flower. Just like that. So it's attached pretty well. It's not going to go anywhere, hopefully. All right. So then I just tie it off. I just knot it off on the back. Like that. All right. So there she is. Now she still doesn't really look like one of these, right? I mean, here's the one I made, and here's the one I'm working on. This one I like too. I like the dark flower in the center. That's a dark, rusty, dusty rose color. I like that. Okay, so now we have that one done. Now what we need to do is we need to take our needle and thread. We don't need to bring it down and we're gonna do the same. We're gonna gather it. So we're gonna gather each one of these circles. See? Just gonna go around and gather it. So I don't need double thread. I just need one singular thread like so. And so I'll just put another knot here at the bottom. Everybody has their own way of making knots in their thread. I just do the way my mom showed me. So, okay, so then we just take the bottom petal like so, and we just go in maybe an inch, and we just start basting all the way around, like so. And each one of these petals, now I got this pattern off a website, and so I just kind of made different colors of fabrics. And the pattern is pretty easy to find. Just gotta look for it. You can look it up on the internet. And I just took a screenshot of it with my phone. I mean, you can buy the pattern, but they had it so I could just take a screenshot and then make a copy off my computer, and I had it, so. I think it was a free pattern. And I just cut it out. So what I'm doing here is I'm just gathering each layer. And that kind of just gives it a little, you know, it's not so flat anymore. It gives it a little life to the flower. So just go around and I'm stitching like that. It's kind of hot here today, not as bad as it is back east, but it is warm. It's a dry heat here, it's not a wet heat. And there's a few fires around in the mountains. But so far so good. We haven't had much smoke in the valley. Grants Pass, Oregon is in the valley, surrounded by the Siskiyou Mountains, mountain range. And we have the famous Rogue River that runs through. Good rafting, rapids, and floating river. Just like that, see? So as you gather around it, just like I said, it makes each petal kind of stand up. Gives a little life to it. So as I continue with this, I'll just end it with a knot here. Just like that. So see how it kind of makes it stand up a little. So this is kind of like how it looks. So each one is done that way, gathered, each one's gathered. And then I go and I clip all the way around, and then I'll wash it. And when I wash it, it'll rag out, just like this one. This one is ragged. It shrinks a little, so you got to remember that. It does shrink. And I'm going to sew it with the bottom petal all the way around to the square. And that will be my first square. And after I put the 3 layers together, because I'm going to put batting and backing, and I will sew all the way around, then I'll go back in and do some quilting on it, and I will hopefully use my new quilting machine. So that ought to be fun. Okay, so that's how we do it. And I just wanted to show you how I do it. And how this will all of a sudden become, from a flat flower, it'll become a flower that looks like this, and then look like that. All right, so if you enjoy this video and you like what I'm doing, subscribe if you wish, thumbs up, comment, and I'd like to see your comments, and I will see you again. Now, I think what I'm going to start doing, this is just an announcement. I've been rolling things around in my mind a lot, and I'm thinking that I'm just going to just stick with the quilting. I will keep on crafting, but that's on my own time, and my filming will only be the quilting for now. Alrighty, well, thanks for watching, and I will see you again on Tuesday. Bye-bye.